And here in Eastern North Carolina, many people will be watching the debate from home. We talked with an East Carolina political science professor about what you can expect. On your sides, Aaron Jenkins joins us in the studio tonight. So, Aaron, what are you learning?
Well, one thing that's unique is that this is the earliest first debate that we've seen in a while. Dr. Peter Francia says normally we wouldn't see the first debate until sometime in September. He says there's just a lot of interest in this year's election since both of the candidates are so familiar to the American people.
Presidential debates are the Super Bowl of political events.
It's a big event on the national stage with lots of eyes on both candidates.
We had 4 years as Donald Trump as president, so people know what they get with Donald Trump. Of course, Biden is the president right now, and voters always have strong opinions about an incumbent president. So these are two candidates that the voters are very familiar with.
Dr. Peter Francia is a political science professor at East Carolina University. He says both candidates will try to focus on their own priorities.
On the Donald Trump side, there's going to be a real focus on cost of living has gone up while Joe Biden has been the president, increases in rent, and in mortgages and the everyday price of groceries. On the Biden side, certainly there's going to be a focus on the issue of abortion. That's an issue that polls well for Democrats. Biden will also talk about January 6th.
Francia says both Trump and Biden could have something to prove to voters.
I think Trump will want to avoid any sort of over-the-top outbursts, and Joe Biden is going to need to avoid any senior moments.
Regardless of the debate, though, Francia says it could have a minor impact on voters.
And there's very few undecided voters. Poll after poll after poll shows that both nationally and in North Carolina. So if voters have already made up their mind, the ability of the debate to sort of change the trajectory of this race, it seems unlikely. There would need to be something dramatic happen.
Now, regardless of the outcome of the debate, Francia says it's good for people watching to become more knowledgeable about some of these topics. In the studio, Aaron Jenkins, 9 on your side.
Aaron, thank you.